Here's 30 unspoken rules you need to know in FF14. It is always better to use the caster or physical range LB on 2 or more mobs, especially on a pack of mobs during a dungeon run. This will significantly speed up the process, and the value is way higher than using the single melee LB. And if you're a melee player, don't be afraid to use it on a boss, because most of the time, people just completely forget about it. If you're a tank player, always tank the boss towards the north side, so you direct any frontal cleave AoEs towards you instead of to your teammates, and allow any melees to hit their positional attacks as well. Don't waste your time queuing up endgame content such as Savage Raid, Unreal Trials, Extremes, etc. Nobody ever queues for that, and you'll be stuck in the queue forever. The common etiquette is that if someone emotes at you, you always emote back. 99% of the time when somebody jumps on the same spot non-stop, it usually indicates that is the safe spot, and if you do not move, you will be taking a lot of damage. In Alliance raids, there are certain mechanics that splits up the Alliance group. So for example, Alliance A always goes to the west side, and Alliance B always goes to the middle, and Alliance C always goes to the east side. Never talk about main story quest spoilers in public. Not even the name of a certain fight. Instead, you should give it a number. Like for example, you kill the 3rd extreme trial in Endwalker, just name it X3. When deciding on who to give your commendations to, always give your commendation to the person who's usually having a rough time, just to let them know that it is all okay. Upon entering a new instance, you should always greet your party members, and at the end of each instance, you should always say your goodbyes. In any 8-man instance, the first person to turn on the tank stance first will always be the main tank. Majority of the time when doing endgame content, the main tank is by default the group leader, and will be the one who initiates a ready check and countdown timer. In Limsa, the yell chat is now the piss chat. The correct response to anything said in the yell chat is always going to be piss. It has somehow evolved this way, and I have no idea why. If you ever took aggro of the mobs as a non-tank, you should always walk into the tank so that he can easily cleave the mobs and retake the aggro. You got a spare minion? Always give it to a friend or a stranger. See somebody dead in the open world? Try to resurrect them if you can. Same with somebody in a safe zone. I have no idea why they would do this, but you just resurrect them anyway. You see somebody doing a fate in the open world, try to give them a hand. It usually doesn't take you that long. It can be extremely helpful to the player who's doing it on his own. Never stand inside objects or NPCs that people need to interact with, especially during patch days where there are a lot of people around. Never block performers performing, especially there's a group of them doing dances as well. When it is your first time doing a new instance, do not be afraid to let everyone know it's your first time. People will most likely to be nice to you and tell you any mechanics that you might need to know to avoid a party wipe. Try to undercut reasonably. If you're undercutting by like 10%, 20%, 30%, you're not really going to make the item sell quicker. Instead, you just end up losing yourself and anyone else who's selling the item a bit of profit. Before you do endgame content, the least you can do is make sure that all your gear is muted, and if possible, have the latest crafted endgame gear along with it. Don't leave your party just because of one wipe. Unless the party keeps repeatedly wiping on the same mechanic, the same boss over and over again, then I might consider it. Similarly, don't leave the party after you got your mount in a mount farm party. At least stay a little bit and help the others get theirs. When you're looking to do party finder content, you're always expected to watch a guide before you do it, unless stated otherwise, or it's brand new content that just got released. Be patient when someone's watching a cutscene for the first time, especially a Sprout. Don't pull the boss before they finish. If anyone pulls the boss, just let them solo the boss on their own. If you see a Lalafell, you pet the Lalafell. If you encounter other Lalafells as a Lalafell, you're now automatically friends. Never talk about mods or plugins publicly. Keep it between yourselves and your friends. Similarly, you also are not allowed to talk about DPS, as ACT is considered a plugin. You're not really supposed to know how much damage anyone is doing. If someone is doing really low damage, just keep it to yourself. No one else needs to know. When you are spamming emotes, just be careful that the display log message is not ticked. Otherwise, each time you use an emote, it will be displayed as a message in the say chat. To turn it off, just make sure to uncheck the display log message in the emotes tab. And now you can spam as much as you like without bothering anyone. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys found the video helpful. If it did, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more future FF14 content. And if you have any more unspoken rules that I forgot to mention, or some that you disagree with, make sure to leave a comment down below and let me know. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.